about this game because there's a lot to unpack from this one. Legs, Perk, great to talk to you. But now let's get to some football because I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers, we're less than 3 weeks away from Packers training camp. And Aaron Rodgers has been absent from all team activities as his rift with the Packers organization continues. So Aaron, with all this uncertainty amid reports that you won out of Green Bay and with everything that's going on, why so quiet this offseason?
Sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the smartest person. Sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the person who has all the facts on their side or the truth on their side. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in silence. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in being selective on what you say.
There's a lot of wisdom in silence. Let's bring in our guys, Damien Woody, Jeff Darlington, already laughing, and Rob pondering what Rodgers just said there. So Rob, you're pondering it. What do you make of how Aaron Rodgers is handling this situation?
Once you start talking about like wisdom and the quiet guy is the smartest guy, you start to lose me because I don't know. Okay, so who's the smartest guy? Is Aaron the smartest guy because he's not saying much? Is the team the not wise one because they came out and they said some things? So for me, I just don't know where to take it. I mean, I understand Aaron Rodgers has been quiet. I mean, he has been definitely quiet about the whole situation. He hasn't come out and said exactly the reasoning why he is not coming back to the team and elaborated on that. So, I mean, maybe he's just trying to give a little nugget out there to the fan base so they're not getting a little bit too crazy. But at this point right now, I have no idea who is wise and who is unwise.
Yeah, it's a good point. And Damien, I think one of the problems people have is it just all seems so vague when you think about it. What do you make of these comments?
Well, listen, everything is not for public, consumption, as far as the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And if we're going to come to some type of resolution with this whole situation, that needs to happen through back channels. And I don't know what the hell Aaron Rodgers is talking about with all that stuff. I'm just not smart enough to understand exactly what he means by that. But I'm going to just make it real plain and simple, okay? Between now and training camp or sometime in training camp, Wiser heads got to come to the table here and come to some type of resolution, because I feel like once football starts, players play. Players have that itch to get back on the field, and that's when momentum will happen. So I don't know about all that wisdom and all that type of stuff, but training camp to me that's when everything's gonna come together.
Yeah, and that's coming up soon. Now, Jeff, you said something really interesting in your notes before we all got together this morning. You mentioned that you've covered his press conferences and that this is on brand for Aaron Rodgers. What did you mean by that?
So this part is not. The cryptic Aaron Rodgers I don't love. Like, this is kind of exhausting, to be completely honest. But what I ultimately believe will happen is that Aaron will at some point explain, give us clarity and context to the situation. And then at that point, I think we're all going to go, oh, okay, I can dig that, I can get into that. And I say that because when I cover Packers games, Aaron Rodgers' press conferences are appointment viewing. And I'd say that about no other player in the league. Like, you don't ever look forward to a press conference. I always look forward to his press conference because he's always very explanatory, whether it's in the wake of a win or a loss. He helps you understand his thinking, why it happened, what went into it. And he's very open and honest. I think ultimately we will get to that point with Aaron. And for now, he's simply playing this coy game that, my God, it just makes me wish that he'd be more like Russell Wilson with his terrible cliches and go Hawks. Like, let's just go Packers and go Pack Go and just move on.
Keep it simple. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, guys, we'll talk a lot more about this. Trust me, it's like you can't stop talking about Aaron Rodgers. But coming up, does Baker Mayfield deserve to be in the